this is such good information. Because going live is and talking in your stories is the best way to develop genuine connections with people because they can hear you. You're not just this picture with a caption. You're a human being, and I show up looking my best and I show up looking my worst when I do lives. Like yesterday I did a meal prepping live and I had zero makeup on. I was like literally so busy up until that point doing things. I looked like a hot mess and I'm like, I don't care because people don't look perfect all the time. People don't speak perfectly all the time. Real human beings do not speak perfectly all the time. We mess up on our words. We say things, that maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. Like sometimes like words come out of my mouth where I'm like, oops, sorry. But that's okay because I'm a real human. I'm not this, again, robot behind a screen that is trying to convince you of doing something. Like, no. And that's kind of like how I wanted to start this off too, was talking about like how are you leading with your business and with what you're talking about? Did you want to add something, Shannon?
I was just going to say with the lives, we have to remember because of what's going on in the world, our lives could be the only like human contact some people have. So be giving of
Fact.
yourself.
Fact. Huge fact. I had on one of my team Zooms the other week, I was telling them, like, you might not think, so like to Lissa, to what you were saying, I feel like no one actually watches me. To you might be thinking that, but on the other side of the screen, you might be that person to somebody that they love watching your content, and like just like you maybe watch somebody else's content. What if that person that you watch and adore so much and like it gets you through the tough days and you like that gives you a laugh or whatever, what if they just stop showing up on social media? I mean, especially now, like Shannon said, because human connection is lacking so much. Like, what if you would just stop showing up? You are sometimes that hope for the person and the connection for the person. Like, I think I have to show up because there might be somebody that needs to hear what I have to say. You can piggyback off me anytime, Shannon. I don't care. But that was really good. It's 8:04. So I think we will get started. Oh, I'm gonna read this. I get caught in stories and lives. So the way that I explain how stories are like the behind the scenes. Like this is where you should be showcasing like the stupid stuff that happens in your life. Like my dog was like laying super dumb on the chair. I don't know how it was comfortable. So I was like, how do you, like, I took a video of him. I'm like, how do you lay like that? Or if like your kid is doing something funny, like highlight that. Or if you're packing up samples, do that. It's just like, it's a behind the scenes. So if you think of like how many people love to watch reality TV? Like everybody. Everybody secretly wants to watch the unfoldings of somebody's life. And like as creepy as that might sound, it's the reality we live in right now. So like if you were to produce your own reality show about your life, like what would you want it to show? Like for me, I would want it to show the times that I'm struggling with things and talking about that. The huge wins that I'm doing, the hard work that I'm putting into my business, the people that I'm making feel good with the products, my family and the crazy things that we do, living in a small town, my weird dogs and their funny things they do. I want to show how I'm taking care of myself on a daily basis. I want to show how my faith has impacted me. And we're going to briefly go into the 5 things buckets in a little bit. So if you haven't watched that Zoom, I encourage you to go back and watch it because we really go into detail how to figure out your 5 things. I'll briefly touch on it. at the most excruciating volume too. I'm like, your phone is in front of your face. You can turn the volume down. Like you're nuts, whatever. That is totally my husband. Or screaming at his video games. Thank God I have a space upstairs because, oh my God, sometimes he'll like drop profanities as I'm trying to do a live. I'm like, well, sorry you guys that you had to hear that, but that's the reality of my world. But so the first thing that I'll briefly touch on the 5 things buckets in case you haven't had the opportunity to watch that one yet. Star did have a previous engagement that she's going to church with her family this morning, which is super important for her, for the things that she's going through right now. So everyone just say some prayers for her family because they're battling some challenging things. But she will be on with us again. So I just want to let you know it's the Megan show right now. I hope you don't mind hearing my voice the whole time. So I will touch on the 5 things buckets in case you haven't had the opportunity to watch that Zoom yet or weren't a part of it, so you know what we're doing. But the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write down 3 to 5 commitments that you are going to make on a daily basis. So what are you going to do every day? 3 to 5 things, action-based items that is going to help propel you to your goals. Maybe that's messaging X amount of people. Maybe that's adding X amount of people to your network every day. Maybe that is you are going live X amount of times this week. Maybe it's you're taking the time to engage with thoughts. So really intentionally engage with people for 30 minutes. Whatever it is, we're going to take the first couple minutes to write down our 3 to 5 commitments. And there'll be like radio silence because YouTube doesn't like when I post music. So if you have questions, I am here to answer them. You can drop them in the chat.
I do have one suggestion with engagements. I have found that this works very well for me. We're all busy in our lives and we can't put 100% effort into the company all of the time. So I set 3 timers throughout the day and I set them for 15 minutes each time. And that's when I'll do like interactions on my Facebook feed with one of them. And I'll do interactions with my Facebook stories on one of them. And then I'll do interactions with Instagram stories on or TikTok or whatever on the third one. That way I can put my full attention to one area at each time and interact with those non-thrivers. And then right after that interaction, I'll post something.
Yes, that's such a good tip because I know it can be overwhelming and we're like, and I feel like, I don't know if anyone else is like me, but I have the attention span of a gnat sometimes. So to break it up into those chunks really helps. And I have always said this business isn't meant to consume your life. It is meant to provide you with more time freedom down in the future. I'm saying right now, from now until April, you need to give your all because I want all your lives to be changed by putting some of that money in your pocket. So if there's any time for you to buckle down and focus, it's right now. And 4 months to potentially impact your entire future is not that much. We're already almost halfway through this 1 month. Like you can do it. That's what I told myself about the Ultimate Thriver. I'm like, I can give up crap for 12 weeks. Like I can totally do that. I can work out for 12 weeks. It's a blip in our whole time frame to totally change your life. I'm going to give you guys about another 2 minutes and then we'll move on to the next thing. Yes, we're writing our 5 actions. Okay. So next we are going to take about 5 to 10 minutes for you. Not 5 minutes. This doesn't need to be a lot of time to search up quotes. I want you to look up things like, I mean, these can do with your 5 things like motivation, mindset, obstacles, people's opinions. That's a really good one that seems to hit a lot. People's opinions, because we're in this season now of running for bonuses, overcoming fears. I'm trying to think of some other ones that might be good. I'll drop some in the chat too.
Hey guys, so I look at this, I don't know, this silly little website about like what the different days are. Like I think last week I posted it was National Spaghetti Day or something like that. So on January 13th, so what is that, like Wednesday, is actually National Sticker Day. So that would be cool to work it into your post about the DFTs.
That is so cool. That's perfect. I'm writing that down. Just saying. National Sticker Day. I just realized I was talking and I was on mute. That's cool. You said Wednesday the 13th?
Yeah, whatever day the 13th is. And I
Yeah,
just posted the link for the calendar I use also.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
It's also Dreams Come True Day, so that's also a great time to go live about the bonuses without talking about the dollar amounts. That's very important.
I'll give you guys a couple more minutes, probably like 3 minutes. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. I forgot I was
I just want to add to, as you guys are looking and listening, I just started this book called Spirit Hacking. It's so good already. I intended to only read 1 chapter and now I'm 3 chapters deep because it's so good. But it talks about how we're in complete control of our emotions. And I know with becoming consistent and trying to do something on a consistent basis comes life. Like life happens. Things happen. People say things to you. Sorry, I had like a weird thing in my throat. Things happen to you. People say things to you. We say things to ourselves in our head, let's be honest. And you're going to be faced with obstacles, but how you respond to those things is you're in complete control of that, how you respond to emotions. So you can either, if something happens to you or somebody says something to you or whatever that looks like, you can either take that emotion and let it dwell with you for hours, months, days, whatever, or you can acknowledge that emotion that's happening. I'm feeling upset. Why am I feeling this way? What is this telling me? Deal with it and move on. I give myself, like, if I'm experiencing like an extreme emotion, whether that is, usually if it's happiness or joy, I like let that shit sink in. Like, yeah, feel the happiness and joy, because that's what life's about. But if it's anything other than that, if I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling like I'm comparing myself, if I feel fearful, if I feel upset for any reason, I will only allow myself to sit within those negative emotions for 5 minutes, and then you got to move on. And that was something that was said in that book. And I was just like, holy crap. Yes. Because it takes a new level of you to, if you want to go to the place that you've never been before, it's going to require you to do new things. And with new things come new feelings and new emotions. And figuring out how to deal with that is the ultimate growth guide. Seriously. Like yesterday, I was going through, I was doing work. So I was working on some content for my team, and I was like, whole first half of my day. And then I started to work on my own IPAs. And when I was doing them, I was finding myself, like, I started to watch like stories and I wasn't even responding to them. I had to stop myself abruptly and said, like, no, this is a habit I did before that didn't serve me. I need to get back to what I was doing. If you have to course correct yourself multiple times throughout the day, that's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up about it, because we're all human. We all have our natural tendencies and habits and stuff like that. But these bonuses, if you're wanting to achieve them, they're going to require new habits of you, and you're going to have to course correct a lot. Yeah. I think we all deal with that at some point. And something that I always tell myself, if I see somebody that's further than me, if I'm not actively cheering them on, I don't think the universe is going to deliver that to me. Like, if I'm sitting in envy, jealousy, anger, whatever, gossip, whatever that looks like, any of those negative emotions that we experience when we're comparing ourselves, doubt, blah, blah, blah. If you're experiencing any one of those emotions when you're seeing somebody succeed before you, I don't think the universe will hand that success to you just yet. God, universe, whatever you believe in, because you're looking at their success from a negative lens instead of being like, if she can do it, so can I. And then also, you never know what somebody's hard season looks like. There are people that came in after me that have gone farther than me and have experienced way harder hardships than I ever have in my life. And I'm like, would I trade the faster success with losing my parent? Would I trade that faster success for me battling a drug addiction? Like, whatever it looks like that hard that they've battled, would I want to trade that? Like, would I want to take that on just to be successful quicker? Hell no. Hell no, I don't want to lose my parents just to be successful. Hell no, I don't want to experience losing everything so that I'm successful quicker. Like, you got to think everyone's path is completely different, and you don't know what their ugly season looked like. Maybe they experienced it at a way younger age than you, and that's why they've had to battle things sooner than you, and that's why they're ahead sooner than you. They just started before you. So I hope that kind of helps with comparisons. So we're going to go into our 5 things buckets, because I want to make sure that we stay on track. So your 5 things, I'm going to briefly explain it, and then we'll go into spending some time creating content around your 5 things. So what are your 5 things? These are 5 things that make up the wonderful, amazing human being that you are. So I think initially, especially if you're like a mother, your first instinct is to say, I'm a mom. Well, okay, cool. But like, what kind of mom are you? Are you a mom of teens and toddlers in the same household? Are you a single mom? Are you a mom that feeds their kid all organic stuff? Like, I wish I could do that. Are you a mom that is working and you have momhood and you're running a business? Are you a mom that stays at home with your children all day? Like, what type of mom are you? So that can be an example of one bucket. Another bucket might be that in your past you battled with abuse, but like, what kind of abuse? How did you overcome that? And then you can figure out topics to talk around that. Maybe you were somebody that battled addiction. What were you like? What, I don't have to say like what type of addiction, because I don't know if you want to get that granular, but addiction's another one it's not a part of you forever and ever, amen, but it is something that you overcome, that you can connect and have a common bond with people. The F-bomb kind of mom. Hell yeah, it does. So in my stories the other day, because part of me is my faith. So I share Bible verses. A lot of my content is geared around like trusting God and how I came to like my faith and like what he wants for us and stuff like that. But one day I was driving home in a snowstorm and I was like, this is the stupidest shit ever. And then I got on a little bit later and I was like, in case you're new to my feed, like in case you're new to my life, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little bit. Okay. So like, yes, it absolutely overcame chronic illness. Yes. Congratulations, Samantha. That's something you should be so incredibly proud of, and something that you can help other people overcome. So that's another example. Faith, like I said, is mine. Maybe you battled with self-love before, like you were one of those people that cut yourself down constantly. And sometimes talking through those things helps you grow as a person too. I think I've learned the most about myself when I've been open and shared things. And when I've looked for things for content and I was like, oh, that's a really good way to think of it. Yada, yada, yada. So we're going to spend 8:24. Spend 15 minutes writing down your 5 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then writing down at least 2 things in each of those buckets that you could talk about this week or that you could showcase. So if your thing is faith, like for me, I'm just giving you an example. I'm going to post a Bible verse. I always post my devotional and my Bible verses in my stories. So this can be your stories or your posts. And then I will have some sort of post where I talk about something that has to be related with my walk in faith. If you have questions, drop them in the chat, but I'm starting to write mine.
Well, I already unmuted myself to ask you one. You pretty much gave my entire bucket as far as abuse and addiction, being a mom. But question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be beneficial for me to post things like, I am a mom of 5, but 4 are grown and on their own. I have 1 minor who's younger than 2 of his, younger than one of his uncles and his niece.
Mm-hmm. I think
is that something? Okay.
Especially if you're adding people that maybe have the same thing. Because like, even if, so like I can relate to that with you. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but my oldest is 15 and my youngest is 5. So like, how do you navigate like having, like, how do you have to shift how you're parenting? Because like the way you parent your older child is different than the way that you parent your younger child. Because like, I will be like straight up with my 15-year-old and be like, knock that shit off. I would never say that to my 5-year-old ever in a million years. So you have to be like a chameleon. So I think that would be a great thing to talk about.
I was thinking I could talk about how my older kids get mad at me because I don't bust their younger brother's butt.
Oh, totally. That's the baby thing. Don't they know this? like I have a mixed household. So like we have a mine, his, and ours situation. So that's a motherhood thing for me. So like how do we navigate that? And today is my stepchild's birthday. So like something I've talked about that before is like how like you're so thankful they're a part of your life, but it's also like the sad thing because like you missed so many of their like firsts because they came into your life later, you know?
And for those of you who are new, who are trying to think of how can I post or talk about the things you've been through,
Mhm.
I was the same way. I've been through every form of abuse possible, from being raped and sodomized at age 7 all the way to just getting out of a narcissistic relationship with my youngest son's father. I've battled addiction, everything you can think of. When I started opening up and sharing that with people, people started coming to me in Messenger and asking me how I got through certain things. And now I can pridefully say that I'm helping others genuinely. So don't be afraid to give yourself.
And I feel like there's healing in that for yourself too. I mean, of course, like you obviously have to do, that's why self-development is so important. Like you have to do some of your own healing before you can actually feel comfortable enough to share that kind of stuff because it's scary. But I can tell you that there is so much power in your authenticity and your transparency about your story. Yeah. This is to help you guys. If you're new to this is to help you guys know and be able to show that Thrive isn't everything about you, because it's not, and it should not be. It is a piece of you. It does not make all of you, because if you're just talking about Thrive, 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 Thrive all the time, you're missing the connection with people. And that's how you get people that, well, you know, you need that connection to build like and trust. And like and trust leads to them, you know, purchasing from you or joining your team or whatever it looks like. So after this, we do this. We have about 5-ish minutes left, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. We're going to go into what's the content you can post about Thrive for the week. And I will include ideas for your posts and for your stories. And then I'll leave like a couple minutes at the end open if you have questions that or things that you're struggling with that I can help with. I have 3 sheets. I use 1 to plan 1 lives, 2 Facebooks. Yes. Does anyone else do the photo? Stop, Heather. So today, because I have to do it before I work out, obviously, but I am gonna take my pictures for today for the entire week. I mean, sometimes I'll take pictures day of too, but if I want like nicely done pictures, I will change my outfit like 12 times and like try to make my hair look a little different and change my earrings and take pictures, because like I've said a bajillion times, Target doesn't plan their marketing the day of. They plan it ahead of time. We are no different. If you want to be paid like your business is a hobby, go ahead. Keep treating it like a hobby, like not having a plan for your day and not having your content strategized out and not like being intentional with like your customers and your team and stuff like that. If you want to be paid at a hobby, that's fine too. Like if that's your goal, cool. But if you really want this to be like substantial, residual, life-changing income, you've got to treat it like a business and take it seriously. Yeah, it saves my life too. Like now there's some days where I'm like, I already have all my posts planned. Like, what am I going to do with myself? And then I have extra time to engage with people or just hang out with my family or whatever. So I'm planning on doing like all this work this morning / early afternoon so that tonight we can celebrate my son's birthday and I don't have to feel bad about it. Which you should never feel bad about that, but oh girls, and some days I'm a hot mess. And some days when I am a hot mess, I will post a picture of me being a hot mess. Usually you catch my hot mess in my live or my stories. So people know that I'm not just this perfectly staged person. Because so I'll tell you this funny story quick. One of my promoters, I was actually friends with both her and her cousin. Somehow I had added them both to my network. And then so I had relationships with them both. And back in September, I decided to do Sober September because I was coping with all this shit that was going on by drinking excessively. And so I decided like to clean my slate. And it's not like I have a problem because I really don't, but I was finding it was starting to become a problem. Like on the weekends I would drink and then the next day I would feel like crap. And I was like, I just need to stop. So I posted about Sober September. Well, my promoter's cousin reached out to her and she's like, you mean Megan has problems and she's a real person? And I'm like, no, that's not how I want to portray myself. Like I'm perfect at all. I want to be relatable. So sometimes you have to show up as a hot mess. Oh, it is. That's right. And her and I are going to be doing the Zoom on Wednesday morning. So you'll catch us both together then. Yeah, I hate trying to find a picture too. And you don't have to be the photo editing person. But like if it's not in the realm of your gifts, like there's plenty of people that are successful that show up as themselves every single day and don't have edited pictures or don't have presets on there and stuff like that. So many people. It's one of my gifts. I'm creative like that. So I want to use it. And it brings me joy. Honestly, I love doing it. Oh, that's right. Yes. Samantha will be on too. Hey. Oh, I will, Shannon. Don't you worry. I will start it. All right, I'm going to let you guys wrap up, and then we're going to go into day-by-day content for Thrive in your business. Okay. So let's start with Monday. Mondays for me, I always have to showcase how Thrive is making me feel, whether that's in the morning or at night, at the end of the day, how I still have energy, because people hate Mondays. It's a fact. So, because I was one of them. And for me, I'm passionate about it because that's literally how I was brought into the business. Was Stephanie Grouchick is my leader. And she posted, "Do you hate Mondays?" And I had like the worst Monday ever in my entire life. It wasn't really my entire life, but it felt like it at the time. And that's how that's how she brought me into the business. So I think it is so crucial that we talk about how we feel in the morning or how we're feeling at night, because people are crashing at like 8. So this can either look like your mindset. How are your mornings different now that you have your capsules? And you can take a picture with your capsules and talk about how your Mondays are completely different and how they've shifted your mindset about everything. Because it's more than just how you feel. It's also about like how you're operating on a daily basis. And then if you choose to do a night one, what I do is I'll highlight something that I'm doing with my kids. Like maybe sitting on the floor playing with the millions of Barbies that my daughter has. And I will like just show a picture of my patch while I'm playing with her. So like it'll be like her in the background, picture of my patch. And then I'll talk about how I used to not have the energy to do these things with her. And I would just send her off with her tablet or whatever that looks like. And it can be different for you too. Like you can talk about how when you came home from work, you would just veg on the couch, or maybe it's having the energy to actually work on your dreams at night and showing your patch. So like in the morning, you can highlight the capsules. At night, you can highlight the patch. But that's how we're going to do Monday. Tuesday. So this Tuesday is auto bonus day. I want you guys to know that everybody should be working for the auto bonus because it is life-changing. Not only is it life-changing because you get that extra $300 to $800 a month, but it's life-changing because you unlock all sorts of stuff with the compensation plan. You will go from making, I don't know, 25 to 50, maybe even $100 a week as a 4K, to making 150 to 1,000 a week as a 12K. Like you've got to be working for that. And your whole vision for the business shifts once you hit 12K. I can tell you without a fact. If you don't have it yet, if you have not achieved 12K, you should still be talking about it. Because just because you're not there yet doesn't mean you can't bring somebody in on the business that is really driven and passionate about that will hit 12K in like 30 days and completely change your business. But by you not sharing it, you're missing that opportunity altogether. Don't tell me you suck at signing promoters. It's just because you don't talk about it enough. Promised, heart to God, that's why. And there's probably some belief issue going on, but anybody can bring anybody into this. You're just being passionate. And if you don't know how to, you can plug them into somebody. So how will that look? Maybe you can highlight somebody that is on your team that has achieved the auto bonus and maybe interview them and talk to them about how much it's helped them. And now the 12K is attached to a $12,000 bonus. So like for me, I'm already getting the auto bonus on my account. I'm getting it on my husband's this month. Like I'm way over track to where I need to be. So I'm going to talk about how both of our cars are going to be paid for. Like hello. And we're going to get a $12,000 bonus on top of it. I want you guys to have the vision that you can get 12K in the next 4 months, because I can tell you when the first time I hit 12K, the December before. So December, my volume was less than 4K. March, I was at 16,000. Your business can shift overnight because of the season that we're in. It can go even faster because of the bonuses that are attached to it. It can go even faster because of the year that we had last year. So you need to set your vision. Don't just say, I'm going to get the 4K. Shoot for 12K. You can make it happen. And so how can you guys talk about it? You can highlight somebody that you know that has it. You can talk about how you're working towards it. Having a futuristic mindset is not only important for you, it's important for your audience to see so that they can believe they can want more for their life. So talking about things that haven't happened or how you're working towards it. Like this, look at the car that I'm dreaming of getting with this auto bonus. Like talk about all those things, because one, you're probably going to, but you can, sister Jackie, you can do it again and you can hit 40K. Hell yeah. But you can, frick, I lost my train of thought. You can talk about the things that you want. It doesn't have to just be what's going on right now. And I think that's what sells people short about talking about the business is you think, well, I don't have the success yet, so how can I talk about it? You can talk about what you want, the success that you want. You can talk about people that have already had social proof that they've had the success. So Tuesday will be auto bonus day. And it's payday, of course. Unfold story is what I want you guys to do. If you don't know what an unfold story is, you take a picture of yourself. You take a previous business post that you have done. If you haven't done one before, reach out to your upline. They will help you with one. So you take it and you just break it up into chunks. So it's like a different slide unfolding. So it'll be your picture. It'll be the first part of the paragraph. The next picture will have the first part of the paragraph, and then you add a second part of the paragraph. The third will be like the first, the second, and the third. And then you'll have some sort of call to action after that. So saying like a poll, or having like the little questions thing and saying drop a heart if you want more information or whatever. Polls, I never put no unless it's an interactive post. If it's related to my business or just sending out products, it is always, hell yeah, send me a product, or what is it? Or if it's a business, I'll put like, I'm so ready, or say, I need some more information. Like always two options that are kind of going to lead to yes. So that's for Tuesday, auto bonus, and then creating a business story. Wednesday, it is the sticker day or whatever. But I also think it's important for you to highlight the Ultimate Thriver one last time because the deadline is the 15th. So if you're not going to talk about it in a post, because maybe you want to do the National Sticker Day, and this is my favorite one kind of a thing. Yeah. Amen to that. Find the before and afters of the people that did this the last time and won, and highlight them in your story. Talk about how it doesn't have to be weight loss. It can be transformation. Look at the success that the people saw last time that we did this. Now they've upped the game and the money is even more insane. Like your last chance to get in on this sort of a thing. Love you, Lisa. So if talk about that in your stories, the Ultimate Thriver. You can do the National Sticker Day post and talk about how this is your favorite sticker and it's one of a kind and nobody does it like us. I'll post those. Oh, okay, perfect. Like in the thread of the thing. Okay. Thursday, I think it would be good for us to address the business again, but from this time, I want you guys, because we're entering tax return season, and B, a lot of people are getting their stimuluses hopefully this week. I think like 15th is the day that they're like stop sending them out, basically. I don't know if that's for sure, but I thought I heard that. So I think it is important for you to talk about. I know that, like, I know so many of you are looking forward to your stimulus or looked forward to it. That's $600. And obviously it's more for families, but I would say, like, why not give yourself that type of income every single month? Why not? And then you don't have to necessarily even say the bonuses. Like you could do an overlay on a photo of you with the bonuses next to it, and then make sure you either post the link or the picture of the income disclosure in the comments. I don't do the link because I think it kind of pushes down your algorithm. So I will screenshot the income disclosure and I'll put it in the comments of the post that I make. But you have to acknowledge that. How many people do you know on your timeline that are like so pumped about getting their $600 stimulus check? Like, I was honest in my stories. I was like, you're excited about a $600 stimulus check? I have an opportunity to give you that every single month for the next 8 months. Like, why are you sitting on this? 15th, gotta also remind people that, yeah. Or like your tax returns. Like, are you sick of waiting for your tax returns to get ahead financially? Like, why not get yourself ahead financially right now? I was talking to my mom on the phone yesterday, and I told her, like, my goal next year is to not have a tax return. I don't want one. I want to like break even, not have to pay anything, and I don't want anything back. Like, I want to be making so much damn money that I don't have to be like, please, when is my tax return coming in? And y'all should be living your life like that too. And y'all should be painting the picture like that for your audience. So that is Thursday. Friday, sample post. We're going to do a sample post on Friday. It seems to hit different for me on Fridays for some reason. I'll post at 2 p.m. my time because people they're past the like lunch break and they're starting to hit the wall. They're looking forward to the weekend. They're scrolling on their Facebook, trying to pass the time because they have like 3 hours left of work. For some reason at that time, it like blows up for me. So doing some sort of sample post, whether that is just laying out a bunch of product on the floor, taking a picture of it and saying, hey, I have all these happy packs ready. Who needs one? I know you guys need to feel good this year. Or you can say, like, if I were to send you a sample, would you take it as directed or as I tell you, and then give me your honest feedback? Some sort of sample post. We need to be making sure that we're doing sample posting, sample talking in our stories like all the time, because samples are the key to this business, because we know that 90% of people can feel the products working on day one. So that is Friday. And then Saturday, how is your product helping you accomplish things on a Saturday? So is it that you are working your business on a Saturday and that you love that you have that freedom to do it on your own time? Is it that your Thrive is helping you do all the fun things with your kids on the weekend? Oh, what do you mean? Who wants to bring their weekend to a whole new level? Is that what you say?
A sample post. I was thinking about this Friday, posting it. Who wants to bring their weekend to a whole new level? Using the letters like that to also spell out Lavelle without the hyphen. And, saying, okay, I can package this up for you right now. Who wants to bring their weekend to a whole new level?
Amen. Amen. And then like Saturdays in my stories, even if I didn't get one person that said like, yes, I want a sample, I will pretend like I'm packing up samples on a Saturday. So I'll be like, maybe I'll talk in my stories and be like, I'm packing up these samples and I just want to let you know what's in them. Like, you get 3 days of this, 3 days of this, 3 days of this, the end. It's super quick. It's a way for people to see. Sunday, 8:30 p.m. your time, whatever your time is, seems to on a Sunday is one of the best engagement times ever. 8:30 to 9:30, that hour, because people are winding down from their weekend. So I want you to post what's called a heartstring post on Sunday, an obstacle that you had in 2020 that either the business help you overcome, whether that's the community, help with your mindset, whether that's the income did impact you, or you can talk about the products, like how they kept you going on days you felt like you couldn't keep going. Like, we need to get in touch with the fact that a lot of people had a really bad year, and you sharing how you overcame your obstacle can help other people see that they have the ability to. So that's the heartstring post for Sunday. And then I just want to say, like, in your stories every day, like, you should be showing some way that you are living a healthy and well lifestyle, because we are a health and wellness business. So whether that is highlighting how much water you're drinking throughout the day, like just saying like, see a chug, take a chug, and like take a couple of your friends. Or it's like, what are you eating throughout the day, or what your exercise was for the day, or that you're outside running and playing outside with your kids, like something to highlight that you're trying to live a healthy and well lifestyle. So I just wanted to give that too. So I will open it up the last couple minutes for anyone that has questions while I drink my water. By the way, I'm just going to take my camera off so you guys can see this. These are $3 at Walmart. Like, get you one. And they have little shaker cups that match too. Don't be shy. I can't help you overcome a problem if you don't tell me you have one.
Megan, what do
go
you
ahead.
think? I just posted about talking about sending out samples, mini experiences. And I feel like when people jump on it and then I say, okay, so I usually charge, $15, but this week I'm doing 10. I feel like that's misleading. I feel like you're saying, hey, I have this product to give away. Oh, but wait, I need money for it.
I don't ever use the word giveaway.
Well, no, neither do I. But I just feel like if you don't say I'm selling these samples, I feel like it's misleading. I don't know how to get over that.
Just get
I
over
got
it.
something for that.
I'm just kidding.
I got something for that one. When somebody comes at me like that, I say, oh, well, that's not for the product. I'm covering the product. I just need you to cover the shipping and handling.
I like that. That's a good way. So like I posted the other day, who's needing to feel good? I'm sending out happy packs with a little surprise. If you want one, Sammy. So like there's no inclination that it might be free. And I ain't giving my shit away for free because it's like gold to me. I will occasionally send out free samples if I know the person, I know their financial situation, or I have an idea. And I know there's somebody that would for sure order. But I do giveaways every once in a while to give everyone else an opportunity too. So, or tax and shipping. So this is the exact verbiage I use. Shoot, I don't think I typed it out. I voiced it. Here, hold on. I say, hey, let me know what specifically you are looking for. Weight loss, energy, help with mood, etc. Maybe all three. And I will customize your pack for you and send it out. It's just $10 or $15 to cover the shipping and the product, is what I say. And if they don't answer me, I'm like, okay, bye, Felicia. Next.
You can scroll Facebook or the internet or whatever, and you'll see things that say free, but then when you go into it, they're always charging the taxes, the shipping and handling, the insurance for shipping it. So you're not doing anything different than what they can find online elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. And if you're devaluing your product, they won't put a value on it either. I think it did. Anyone? Does someone else have a question too? No.
I forgot what I was going to ask, so I.
You know where to find me.
Yeah.
Speak now or forever hold your peace, y'all.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's about the Ultimate Thriver.
Sure.
When people sign up for it, is there like a report or something that I can look at that says who all has signed up under me?
No, I wish. I would just
Okay.
have them send you the screenshot of their registration thing.
Okay. Because I was interested to see if a couple people that haven't told me have done it, because I think they might have done it. Oh, and the people I figured out, the guy last night, the person that I didn't know, is actually his girlfriend is a Thriver of mine, but they weren't connected on Facebook at first when I first looked at it. So I was like, oh, well, looky there. That's
Yeah,
cool.
Jennifer yesterday, she's like, I don't know where this order came from, but okay.
I know, it was so crazy too, because I was like, I gotta get to 4K. And I was just thinking about, oh, I need to go in and like, I want to try to get a sale like every day is kind of my goal. I was like, I need to go in and like really look at that and see what's going on with that. And I looked and you said that and I was like, well, holy hell, that's crazy.
That's funny. Manifest that.
People who told me that they were signing up for the Ultimate Thriver, I said, great. Now what I want you to do is screenshot your registration or your first auto ship with the registration so I can go ahead and send you some sculpt to try so you can see how that can up your level.
Yes. Or like offer them shipping, free shipping for the next one so that they keep going, or giving them like sending them something in the mail, like a different patch that they can try if they just did the standard one. Like anything you can do to help them continue on that journey and encourage them to keep going. I love that. Anyone else? Anyone else? No? Well, oh, I gotta take a picture. Don't forget to take a picture for your stories. People want community now more than ever, and we gotta talk about how we get together all the time. I always do like a scan of my entire office and then mute it and then put like a video. Okay, guys. Love you long time. I will get the recording of this. Here, I'm gonna stop it.